So look, we know Vapi changed their entire tools functionality. So I'm here to show you exactly how to fix it and how to make sure that you can create tools that actually work. Because they removed the properties, the async, and a couple other features. So now it's pretty much impossible to do it on the dashboard. You need to do it via API. So my goal is to show you how to do this, right? And you're probably wondering, who is this random guy? My name is John Josh, and I've worked with hundreds of different companies at this point, implementing voice AI, automations, and just go high level build outs into their businesses. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Cool. So you can see my screen right now, and you can see this is the new tool functionality in the dashboard. So if I go to create tool, for example, we have all these different potentials that we can utilize. And then we have like a current tools that we have, right? We can see we have the tool name, we have the description. The thing we're missing is we're missing the async feature, and then we're also missing the properties feature. So properties is pretty much the most important part because then you can send data from Vapi into make.com or into Go High Level, into these third-party platforms. But without it, we pretty much can't do anything. We can only trigger something on the server, right? And we can just push data in, but it's more like a trigger instead of pushing actual data or information through it. So generally speaking, it's useless now, right? And the only way to fix this is to create a tool via API. So let's jump right in and I can show you exactly how to do it. So ultimately what we're going to do, we're going to start by going to the API. So you can go to that by going to docs.vapi.ai, and this will bring up the API references. So if we scroll down in this left sidebar, we're going to see tools API, right? So we have get tools, post tools, another get tool, delete tools, and then update tools. So we're going to want to actually get a tool to start. So this is assuming that you guys actually have a tool already in there. So I'm going to enter my bearer token to start. So if I go here, we're going to go Vapi API, we're going to copy this, and then we're going to paste this into here, right? So now that that's pasted, then we can actually utilize it. So now we have access to this Vapi organization, and then we're going to put in the ID, right? So this ID is the ID of the current tool that we have. So assuming that we already have a tool, we can just utilize this, and we're going to paste that in there, and then I'm going to send request. So this will give us the entire tool and the information in there. So this is a booking tool. So we can see the function, the name of it, and then we also have the parameters or the properties in here. So our property is selected slot, description type, there we go. So just like that, we have one. But the next thing I'm going to want to do is go to make.com to utilize this. So if I go to make, we're going to log in. And then let's get logged in. So if I sign in, select our organization, and then from here, we're going to actually create a workflow. So if I go there, we're going to create a new scenario, and we just got to do a random trigger. Doesn't really matter for right now. The next, we want to do an HTTP. So if I do basic auth request, choose a random key, and then we're going to make it a post. So from here, we want to use that get, and we're going to copy this, and we're going to go in and add in some body. So we're going to use raw text, just like that. And then we want to delete a bunch of this useless stuff. So this is all useless right here. So I'm going to delete that. And then we also want to delete, actually this is good to go. So just like that, we have the body of our tool that we're going to utilize. And then from there, we want to update the actual URL. So we're going to copy this, paste this in there. And that's the get. So we want to do the create tool functionality. So if I go there, that's the post tool. And then we can copy this too. So we want to utilize part of this in the headers. So we're going to post that there as framework. And then authorization, we're going to copy this. We're going to add a header, paste. And then we also want to add this bearer token that we're utilizing. So copy that, paste it there. The next thing we want to do is update the content type. So if I copy this, just like that, we're going to add another header. And then we got to make sure it's application JSON, just like that. paste that header in, and then this is actually good to go. So the next thing we want is we want to make sure we remove the org ID. So just like that, we have it removed. And then right here, I'm going to add a differentiator, and we're going to call this YT to show you guys that we're creating this on the spot. So we can see right here, there's nothing that's labeled YT. So if I right click, run this module, oh, there was a little issue. So let's see what the issue is. I believe it would be this comma right there. Simple as that. Let's try it again. Oh, so let me give you guys a little cheat code. So it could be this. Let's try that. If it doesn't work, I'll show you guys the easiest way to fix this. Nope. So we can go to ChatGPT. We can say, here is my JSON. Here is the issue I'm getting. And then we can give it this error. So if we copy that, paste it in there. Oh. And then if you guys watch this, it's going to actually fix it for us. So we can copy this and watch. So this looks all the exact same. Let's try that. Property name should not exist. Property async should not exist. Oh, I know exactly what we did wrong. So I added in a couple new things. I ultimately just added the type and then this function parameter at the start, just so it understands the type and then the function. And I can show you guys where I actually pulled this from. But if we test this out, we want to right click, run this module, and we see a 201. So it did create the tool. Let's confirm. So if I refresh this real quick, let's check. Yep, just like that, get calendar available times, YT. So the tool was essentially created. This is ultimately the code for it. So if you guys want, you can just copy paste that. And then let me show you guys exactly how to actually create this too. So if we go to create tools, we're going to go in here and we're going to change this to, maybe we're doing a make one. And then we don't need a scenario ID. We want to do async as off. We want to do a function. And we want to call this get available times. And then maybe we want to do a description. So this tool is used to book appointments. Let's say that. And then we want to do parameters. We want to make a parameter required. So selected slot, for example. We want to do a string. And then let's say we have the description of this, the time the user selects to book. And ultimately, just like that, you can create your own tool. Maybe I want to do this is required. So we're going to call it selected slot. Just paste that in there. And then just like that, you can utilize it. So hopefully that helps and you guys can actually start utilizing the tools.
Oh, that breaks it down nice and neatly. Okay, cool. Thank you, John.
All right. Thanks. Thanks, John.
That's easy. Okay, I've done the film test. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad that helped then.
Dude, it helped tremendously. Thank you, John.
That's the first time it's done that in 2 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. That makes sense.